This segment is essential for anyone seeking a commercial driver's license in the Commonwealth of Virginia, covering everything from vehicle mechanics to federal regulations. Let's get started. What is the maximum gross vehicle weight, GVW, for most commercial vehicles on interstate highways in Virginia? 80,000 pounds. This is the federal standard maximum weight allowed on the interstate highway system without special permits. Ready for the next one. What is the safest way to control your speed on a long, steep downgrade? Use the engine brake and select a low gear. Engine braking minimizes reliance on the service brakes, preventing them from overheating and failing. Time for a new question. If you're driving a commercial motor vehicle, CMV, how many hours can you drive after 10 consecutive hours off duty? 11 hours. This is the current federal hours of service limit for driving time. Moving along now, what is the minimum tread depth required for front steer axle tires on a CMV? 4/32 of an inch. Steer tires require a greater tread depth than other tires for maximum grip and safety. Let's see this one. When should you check the coupling of a semi-trailer and tractor? After driving a short distance, such as a pull-up. This check ensures the coupling is securely locked and did not come loose immediately after connecting. Next question up. The proper way to hold a steering wheel is with two hands at the 9 and 3 o'clock positions. This position gives you the most control and leverage, particularly when driving a heavy vehicle. Take a moment for this one. What is hydroplaning? When tires lose contact with the road and ride on a film of water. This happens when water builds up faster than the tire can scatter it, causing a total loss of traction. On to the next topic. To avoid a crash, what is the most important distance to maintain in front of your vehicle? Following distance? A safe following distance is your primary defense, giving you time to perceive and react to hazards. Moving ahead, what is black ice? A thin layer of clear ice that is often invisible on the roadway. Because it is difficult to spot, it is one of the most dangerous driving conditions. Here's another one. If you have a hydraulic brake failure, what is the proper action to take? Pump the brake pedal to build pressure. Pumping can sometimes build up enough residual pressure to slow the vehicle if a minor leak is present. Ready for the next one. Why should you use 3 points of contact when entering or exiting a vehicle? To maintain balance and prevent falls. This safety technique minimizes the risk of injury when climbing onto or off the large vehicle. Time for a new question. What is the definition of a commercial motor vehicle, CMV? Requiring a CDL? A single vehicle with a GVWR of 26,001 pounds or more. This is the federal gross vehicle weight rating threshold that triggers the need for a CDL. Moving along now. What is the maximum height limit for a commercial vehicle in Virginia? 13 feet 6 inches. Exceeding this height risks hitting bridges, overpasses, and power lines. Let's see this one. The minimum following distance for a CMV on a dry road is 1 second for every 10 feet of vehicle length plus 1 second for speed over 40 miles per hour. This is the widely taught rule for heavy vehicles, ensuring a minimum safe gap. Next question up. What is considered a major traffic violation that results in CDL disqualification? Driving a CMV with a blood alcohol concentration BAC of 0.04% or more. The federal limit for a CMV driver is half the non-commercial limit, resulting in severe penalties. Take a moment for this one. What does a low air pressure warning light and buzzer typically indicate in an air brake system? The air pressure has dropped below 60 psi. The warning system is designed to alert the driver when pressure drops to a dangerously low level. On to the next topic. When stopped on a hill, how should you hold your position without rolling back? Use the parking brake until the clutch engages. The parking brake prevents rollback, allowing the driver to smoothly engage the clutch and service brakes. Moving ahead. Cargo should be covered. To protect people from spilled cargo, covering the load prevents debris from falling off the truck and injuring other motorists. Here's another one. The Federal Motor Carrier Safety Regulations, FMCSA, require drivers to take a break after how many hours of cumulative driving? 30 minutes after 8 cumulative hours of driving. This break is mandated to combat fatigue during long driving shifts. Ready for the next one. What part of the steering system connects the steering box to the rest of the steering linkage? Pitman arm. The pitman arm is a critical component that transmits steering force to the wheels. Time for a new question. What is the most critical factor in determining your vehicle's safe speed on a curve? The sharpness of the curve. The sharper the curve, the more centrifugal force acts on the vehicle, requiring a slower speed to prevent rollovers or skidding. Moving along now. If a single axle exceeds the maximum weight limit, what is the weight limit on that single axle in Virginia? 20,000 pounds. This is the standard maximum legal weight limit for a single axle. Let's see this one. You must stop and check the security of your cargo within how many miles of starting a trip? 50 miles. This first check is crucial because cargo tends to settle and shift immediately after travel begins. Next question up. Which mirrors are used to see the side and rear of the vehicle, and which are used for the front and side? Flat mirrors for side and rear, convex mirrors for front and side. Flat mirrors give a true image, while convex or spot mirrors widen the field of vision to check blind spots. Take a moment for this one. What is brake fade? Brakes losing effectiveness due to heat buildup. Excessive heat causes the brake linings and drums to become less efficient at slowing the vehicle. On to the next topic. What is the reaction distance? The distance your vehicle travels between recognizing a hazard and applying the brakes. This is the time it takes your body to physically move and apply braking action. Moving ahead, what should you do before backing a CMV? Get out and check all clearances. GOAL stands for Get Out and Look, a mandatory safety step to prevent collisions while backing a large vehicle. Here's another one. A vehicle's steering wheel should not have free play of more than 10 degrees, about 2 inches on a 20-inch wheel. Excessive free play indicates a steering problem that must be repaired immediately. Ready for the next one. What is the correct procedure for testing the low-pressure warning signal in an air brake system? Shut the engine off and pump the brake pedal. Pumping the pedal reduces the air pressure, allowing you to confirm the warning system activates at or before 60 psi. Time for a new question. If you are involved in a crash, you must notify your employer within 30 days. This federal requirement ensures the motor carrier is aware of the driver's conviction history. Moving along now. What is the purpose of emergency flashers? To warn drivers of a possible problem with your vehicle or a slow speed limit. They alert other motorists that your vehicle is a hazard or is traveling significantly slower than traffic. Let's see this one. What is the danger of letting a battery run down on a commercial vehicle? The alternator may be damaged and the vehicle may not start. A completely drained battery can overwork the alternator when attempting to recharge, leading to failure. Next question up. When making a wide right turn with a CMV, you should keep the rear of your vehicle close to the curb. This technique prevents smaller vehicles from trying to squeeze in on your right side while you are maneuvering. Take a moment for this one. How often must a CMV driver typically renew their medical examiner certificate? Every 2 years. A driver must maintain a valid medical card certifying they are fit to operate a CMV. On to the next topic. What is the minimum legal tread depth for all tires except the steer axle on a CMV? 2/30 of an inch. This standard is lower than for the steer tires, but still necessary for safe operation. Moving ahead, the maximum tandem axle weight in Virginia is 34,000 pounds. This is the legal maximum weight limit for a set of 2 axles on the vehicle. Here's another one. What is perception distance? The distance your vehicle travels from the time your eyes see a hazard until your brain recognizes it. This is the initial purely mental step of the stopping process. Ready for the next one. What 3 things add up to total stopping distance for a CMV? Perception distance, reaction distance, and braking distance. These 3 elements, seeing, acting, and braking, compose the total length needed to stop the vehicle. Time for a new question. What does the acronym CDL stand for? Commercial Driver's License. This is the license required to operate large or specialized vehicles. Moving along now. When driving at night, you should adjust your speed to keep your stopping distance within the range of your headlights. You must be able to stop before you reach anything you cannot see, a concept known as driving within your headlights. Let's see this one. What is the minimum liability coverage required for a heavy-duty truck over 10,001 pounds GVWR in Virginia? 750,000 federal regulations mandate high liability coverage to protect the public from accidents involving heavy vehicles. Next question up. If the oil pressure gauge shows low pressure, what should a driver do? Stop driving immediately and safely check the problem. Low oil pressure is a sign of potential engine failure, and continuing to drive can cause catastrophic damage. Take a moment for this one. What is the risk of driving a commercial vehicle with a load that is too high? Hitting overhead bridges or power lines. An improperly measured or loaded vehicle can cause severe infrastructure damage and dangerous collisions. On to the next topic. What 2 devices may a driver use to signal that they are slowing down? Brake lights and 4-way flashers. While brake lights are standard, flashers are often used for extreme or unexpected slowdowns. Moving ahead, what should you use to clear ice or snow from the windshield and mirrors before driving? A plastic scraper or a brush. Using the proper tools prevents damage to the glass or mirror surfaces. Here's another one. What is the maximum width limit for a commercial vehicle in Virginia? 8 feet 6 inches. This is the standard maximum width allowed without a special permit. Ready for the next one. When should you downshift a manual transmission? Before starting down a hill or entering a curve, downshifting before the maneuver is critical as you need both hands on the wheel while descending or turning. Time for a new question. What is the danger of using the service brakes too much on a long downhill grade? The brakes will overheat and fade. Overuse leads to a loss of effectiveness, fade, which can cause the driver to lose control. Moving along now, if you are being tailgated, the best course of action is to increase your following distance for the vehicle ahead. This provides you with a longer cushion, allowing you to brake more gently and give the tailgater more time to react. Let's see the final question. What is the rule for safe lane changes? Check mirrors, signal, check blind spot, and then change lanes smoothly. Following this sequence ensures you are aware of all surrounding traffic before moving over. That concludes our review of the Virginia CDL General Knowledge Test.